This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 265 of the Dressage Radio Show on the Horse Radio Network. This episode is sponsored by Benefab Products. This is Lindsay McCall from Jupiter, Florida.
And this is Regina Cristo from Sand Lake, New York. And you're listening to the Dressage Radio Show, brought to you this week by the United States Para-Equestrian Association. And we also have our producer, Glenn, with us.
Hey, guys. Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. And Regina, welcome back this month. Nice to hear from you again.
Oh, it's great to be here with you guys. Thank you, Glenn, for having us.
Well, before you start, we have to talk about the pregnant one because everybody wants to know, did you have the baby yet or how close are you? What's the story? Are you miserable and unhappy?
Not yet. I'm 31 weeks now. I'm very nervous that everyone says, oh, we had my baby early. I do not want to have it early. I'd like to go all the way to 40 weeks if possible. I'm due right when WEG starts. So I'll be either concentrating on WEG or concentrating on my delivery. One of the two.
Let's hope it's your delivery.
You'll probably be doing both at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, you know me, probably. I'll have my laptop with me. I just wrote that down to pack in my bag.
Fortunately, when babies are little, they sleep a lot. So you should be able to get some watching in.
Yes. But so far, my pregnancy has been pretty awesome, and I haven't had too many complications or anything, and I will say now I'm feeling it. I've gone from cute pregnant to just big and pregnant, and I'm not even able to breathe the same, and so it's pretty funny, but it's been a fun process.
Yeah. The last few weeks are always the toughest, but it'll be great. Don't worry. And do we know what we're having?
Yeah, we're having a girl. No, it's not. No, we're having a girl. And it was really fun. We've been getting all these little cute little horsey and equestrian things, which I love.
Nice.
That's very exciting.
And how's the horse husband been about all of this?
Oh, he said, oh, no, it started already.
Yeah. Did you buy the pony yet, though? That's the big question.
Well, I have a really adorable Welsh pony that used to be one of my old hunter ponies, and he'll live forever. I think he's 14 now. So my mom uses him for combined driving, so he can do everything. And I think he will be perfect for her because he'll be older and he's nice. So I already got a saddle for her from my parents. So
You're ready.
You're ready. I think that's an excellent long-term plan.
Hey, I got to ask you, Lindsay, because this has come up on the Horses in the Morning show several times, and then Jamie, my co-host, did it when she had her baby a year ago. So the biggest thing now is taking the little tiny naked infant when they're about a week old and plunking them on a saddle to take a professional picture. Are you going to do that?
Well, of course, yes.
You're going to do a little naked baby on a saddle picture?
Of course, yeah. That's a cute idea. I like that.
That's a great idea. I love that.
You should look up naked baby on saddles. You're going to see a million of them because it's a thing now. So.
Yeah,
oh, my God. You could probably fit her in a little helmet, too.
There you go.
I'll find a few things around the house for her to use.
Yeah.
That'll be funny.
Well, she's going to be a lucky little girl to have you as her mommy.
Aw, thanks.
Well, there's been some exciting stuff going on in the world of para, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot to keep up on lately. We just announced our WEG team. At first, we announced just a long list, but now we're down to our team. And I'll announce those here. It's Rebecca Hart from Unionville, Pennsylvania, with her own Schroeder's Romani. Roxanne Trunnell from Texas with her own Nice Touch, who she calls Touche. Sydney Collier, which is very exciting to me because she was too young for the Paralympics in London, but she wanted really badly to qualify, and now she's qualified for WEG on NTEC Copley. And our fourth is Susan Trabus with Catherine Hills Kamiakin. And then we have a fifth rider, and that fifth rider is a self-funded rider, and that's Annie Peavy from Avon, Connecticut. And she'll be riding her mom's horse, Lancelot Warrior. So, yeah, very, very fun.
Great. That's good. Great team.
Yeah, and I didn't get to see him at selection trials. I got to see just the still shots for the most part because there was no live feed. But what do you think of everything, Regina?
Oh, I thought it was really a wonderful event. People had come from all over the country with all their top horses, and everyone went out, and you could just see it in their face. Everybody had a goal. They were all working, especially people who were trying to get a spot on that WEG team, and people rode hard, and they worked hard, and I think the team that's been put together is fantastic. I think they're all a bunch of talented riders, and the horses are lovely. And I think the world better watch us coming this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I throw something in here, too? Give a shout-out to Susan Trevest there. She was our spotlight rider for the 2010 WEG here on the Horse Radio Network for Para. So we got to know her really well for the 2 years leading up to that. And I'm so excited she gets to do it again. I'm just I'm putting my personal plug in and saying hello to her because we had a great time with her in the lead up to the WEG last time. So
yeah. Susan's great. I had met her, the first time, and what a lovely young woman and really nice horse, and boy, they put in some really nice tests.
Did you get to meet her? Was her husband there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's a nice guy too. Yeah, we had a good time.
Oh, he's very, very nice.
We had a good time hanging out with him too at the WEG last time.
Yeah, they were very excited to come all that way, and she did super. She wanted it very badly, and boy, oh boy, she got it.
And you guys must be very excited to have the WEG in 2018 coming a little closer to home.
Yes. It's going to be really fun, right across the border, our neighbor to the north.
Yeah, no, you won't have to worry. A lot of people won't have to worry about flying up there, so that'll be a nice thing.
It'll be, so much nicer.
No crossing oceans. I mean, everybody, I'm sure, was hoping for Lexington, but that's the next best thing. Head to Canada.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, neat.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations to everybody there that qualified for the team. What's their schedule like, Lindsay? What'll be happening now?
Sure. So they ended at Gladstone. They all kind of got together, and they got together with Kai Hunt, the chef de keep, and kind of talked about what they're going to be planning on doing, their horses, that kind of thing. They are going to gather again in Gladstone prior to August 11th. They're going to do a few things there, and then they actually fly out on August 11th. They're going to fly to Amsterdam, and I'm unsure of exactly where they're staying at this point, but they're going to fly there, train for a little while, and then they head over to Normandy, France, I think on the 22nd-ish, or right before WEG starts. So, and that's kind of their schedule. They're going to have a lot going on, though. Especially the people that are out in California that are traveling, have to travel east, and it'll be a lot, but it'll be fun.
And you have something that's right up my alley because I drive.
Yeah, we have our para-drivers. Our team is over in England at the World Driving Championships, and they are competing this next weekend coming up, the 27th through the 29th. So we're very excited for them. They have a great team this year, and I hope they do really well over there and bring home something for us.
Great. Terrific. Good luck to them. Go driving. Just had to throw that in there. Sorry. Well, now tell us a little bit about who's coming up on our show today.
Well, we have Sarah Ike from the United States Equestrian Team Foundation, and she'll be on our show kind of talking to us a little bit about the United States Equestrian Team Foundation and what they do, because sometimes people are, unsure of exactly what role they have in the equestrian world. And also a huge deal for us is the Johnson Wentz Memorial Challenge. And she'll be explaining that and talking about it. And we've already raised over $450,000 to date. So it's kind of exciting because it didn't start that long ago, and we're way up there in the numbers.
Terrific. Well, let's do this. Let's go talk to our friends or listen to our friends at Benefab Products. As you heard on the show here a couple weeks ago, Reese and Philip use Benefab products and absolutely love them. And they use many of the products, both human and horse. So let's take a listen to Benefab, and then we'll come back with Sarah Heiss.
Are you tired of treating your horse for soreness? Well, then be proactive. Benefab offers you and your horse a natural remedy to joint and muscle stiffness, inflammation, and circulatory deficiencies. Benefab offers a variety of innovative products, like saddle pads and polo wraps and quarter sheets for your horse, and socks and blankets for you. Simply ride in it or wear it, and feel the difference Benefab's ceramic-infused products make. You can check them out online at benefabproducts.com, or you can call them toll-free at 855-957-8378.
So, Sarah, thank you so much for coming on the show today with Regina and I to tell us a little bit about what you've been doing and kind of a little bit about the Jonathan Wentz Memorial Challenge. How are you today?
I'm great. It's good to be with you. Thank you for having me.
So I wanted to kind of start off to let our audience know. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I used to work for USDF. I was the managing director of eventing for a couple years. And then after the Olympic Games, it was time for a career change. And so now I work as the major gifts officer for the USCT Foundation. It was a new position that they created just this past January. And I'd like to think that since I've been on the spending of the money side, that I can do the justice of helping raise the funds for high performance disciplines. So my focus there is going to be on the non-Olympics. Well, Bonnie Jenkins, our executive director, is focusing on the Olympic disciplines. So,
that's exciting. Can you tell us, Sarah, for people who might not know, what does the USCT Foundation do exactly? Can you kind of walk us through that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. It's very confusing because we all live in a world of a bunch of alphabet soup. But the USCT Foundation is a registered nonprofit 501c3 whose mission is to raise funds for the FEI disciplines. And so we focus on individual donors and family foundations as opposed to corporate sponsorship. And because we're a nonprofit, any of the gifts to the foundation are tax deductible as a charitable contribution for your federal income tax purposes. And then each year we give a grant to USCF, who then distributes that funding to the high performance disciplines as they see fit. And some contributions are restricted per discipline, and then other contributions are unrestricted. And this year alone, we're giving them a $2.9 million grant. So and we have a pretty impressive track record over the last 10 years. We've provided them, the Federation, with almost $24 million, thanks to our generous donors. So those high performance programs wouldn't exist without the foundation, that's for sure.
Yeah, what do you feel that USET Foundation does so differently that they're able to raise that kind of money, and they do such a good job at it, and they are so professional? What makes them different?
I think what's helpful for us is that is our sole mission, that is our goal, is to help teams win medals at international championships, World Equestrian Games, Olympic Games, Pan Am Games, Paralympics, etc. So because we have a pretty single goal, I think that's all hearts and efforts can go into doing that. Whereas, some nonprofits are, they're spread really thin. I think we've got, one goal, and we can stay focused on that target.
Can you tell us also a little bit about the Jonathan Wentz Memorial Challenge? Most people in the para world know who Jonathan was. He was a fantastic
young man and wonderful rider for our U.S. para team. And now we have the Memorial Challenge going in his memory. And can you just tell us a little bit about how that's working out?
Yeah, I didn't have the pleasure of meeting Jonathan before he passed away, but I know he was on our 2012 team and our highest place rider in the entire U.S. delegation. But we have two lead donors, Margaret Dupre and the Barnfield Foundation, who, when they saw, the sort of limited funds that our para-equestrian athletes were having to, stretch as far as they could, these two donors felt like something needed to be done so that there could be, get the para-athletes, some funding that they truly deserve, and have it really be a stretch goal so that they can create a meaningful and comprehensive program. And challenges in the past have been really helpful for us in eventing. We had the Gilt Edge Foundation challenge with Jackie Mars, and they raised over $1 million. And Raining just recently did the Dogwood Challenge, and I'm throwing a blank on how much money they raised. But historically, challenges have been a really good way to sort of energize the fundraising base. And so the nuts and bolts of the Jonathan Wentz Memorial Challenge is those two lead donors are matching dollar for dollar up to $200,000 each. We have a goal of $800,000, and I'm excited to announce that as recently as yesterday, we have raised $561,000 already in scholarships. So we are well close to our goal. And Bonnie Jenkins was saying the other day, I think we need to shoot for $1 million because we've had an amazing response. People have just been so generous and really believe in para-dressage and what you guys can really do. And we want to see you guys, soar and come home with the medals.
Well, that is so exciting. Those are some impressive numbers.
Yeah, my goodness, pretty impressive numbers. I mean, what's great about it is that pledges of $4,000 or above are eligible. Gifts made this year, but what you can do is you can make payments over a 4-year period. So a $20,000 grant, which is $5,000 a year, with the match is actually a $60,000 grant. So with the match, it just really has a huge impact on what those numbers are. And I think it's, to be able to stretch out your gift giving, I think makes it palatable for the people who, not everybody's going to be a $50,000 donor, but hopefully we've got a lot of those $4,000 donors out there, because that's $1,000 a year, and $1,000 a year is $83 a month, and that's $2.76 a day, or whatever. I haven't done the math recently, but it's basically less than your cup of coffee at Starbucks each day. So when you sort of, at least for me, when I crunch the numbers into something manageable, I think I can do this. I can do $4,000, absolutely. And then know that it's got a match to make it a $12,000 donation, really. And these people start thinking, oh, shit, that's a good idea.
It's one of the best investments ever in a way. I wish I had an investment like that on a normal daily basis.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful for the teams. And how do people, I know people can call you at the USET Foundation office. How do others make a donation for this?
We are working on, we're just in a meeting today, we're going to update our website, and so our website, usdt.org, will have a link directly for the Jonathan Wentz Memorial Challenge. It's not up yet, but we're hoping to have it up in the next week, because really this is the beginning of the public phase. We've been sort of quietly raising money, in the private phase, and now we're sort of ready to go public with it. So the link isn't up there yet, but it soon will be available, or they can call me at the office.
How would you explain to them how the funds are going to be used exactly, and who decides how the funds are going to be used? Because I think that's important. People that are donors, they have to know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have any say in specifically how the funds are used. That's left up to each high performance discipline committee and or the coach or chef to keep. And so in your case, Kai would work in concert with the high performance Para-Dressage committee. And I know that Lorraine and Kai sat down after your national championships and put together a high performance plan. I mean, to date, most of the bulk of any budget, regardless of the sport, goes to horse shipping because that's the biggest expense in almost everybody's budget. But it can also go towards things for training or competition grants. I know you had a few athletes go to Europe this spring, and I think they did so on their own dime. I would hope that with some real funding behind you guys for several years, that you can have not athletes doing that out of their own pocket, but send 10 of you to go get some international experience.
And that's really what our team really needs. We need to get over there, get overseas, and compete with their counterparts so they can get some great competition and experience.
Exactly. I think in the international experience, for the human athlete, just to have that, that arena is just as, and warm-up arena is just as much yours as it is the current gold medal Paralympian. And they do things differently in Europe, and just getting comfortable in a foreign setting, and so that when you go to World Championships or Paralympic Games, that you own that stage and don't have any problem or any nerves. And I think with your horses as well, and getting in front of those more judges, so that when you go to an international championship, they know you, and they say, "Oh, here's Becca Hart trotting down the center line. Here she comes," so on and so forth. So,
yeah, I think that would give our athletes a lot of more confidence to, getting that experience, and the travel, and it's hard to travel. It's hard to travel with horses, and if you can be more comfortable and confident, it's just going to go a long ways. All around.
And even the cuisine, and being comfortable with navigating horse shipping and foreign language, and how to get dinner, how to find breakfast, in a foreign city. Just to get comfortable doing that, I think is really important. So I think I understand that Kai has that in his budget for the next coming years, and in light of 2016 Paralympic Games looming. I think. And I wouldn't be surprised, and I would support, any efforts for him to get our athletes to have some international exposure.
And Sarah, how have you enjoyed working with the Para-Dressage discipline? Because I know it was a little bit newer for you when you kind of came aboard. What have you thought?
I'm so impressed. I sat in the press conference. It wasn't, you hadn't named your team, or maybe you just had named. You just had named your team at your para selection trials, and I was so impressed with the poise and maturity, because you have a lot of young athletes, and I mean they're inspirational, and it's been a pleasure to work with these athletes, and I look forward to working with them closely and helping, anything that I can do to help you guys get on the podium, I'm gonna do it. So I'm looking forward to the future.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And we really loved being at Gladstone for our nationals and our WEG selection trials. It's such a special place, and it made our athletes feel special to be, roaming those halls with their horses like so many other elite athletes have done in the past. And it's just a beautiful place, and everybody was so nice, and it was such a positive experience, and it was really cool. So thank you so much for everything you did to help us get that going.
No worries. I have a soft spot for Gladstone because I was born and raised in New Jersey, and so when I was little, we played in that barn, and it is a magical place. And if those walls could talk, a lot of champions have walked through down that aisle, and I think that some athletes feel that. If you've come to Gladstone, you're headed somewhere.
That's right. That's really neat. Well, thank you so much for your time tonight. We appreciate all the information about USET and about the Jonathan Wentz scholarship, the memorial, and we look forward to working with you and hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see you at WEG.
Coach Jen here, host of the Horse Tip Daily Show on the Horse Radio Network. The way consumers interact with the brands they have trusted for years and those they are about to fall in love with for the first time is becoming more and more mobile, literally, and will continue to do so for the foreseeable future. Podcasts or internet radio shows like this one combine the new consumer preference for on-demand information and entertainment with the power of niche market audiences. Advertising on the Horse Radio Network podcasts allows you to reach the equestrian consumer using today's preferred on-demand delivery system. It's cost-effective and flexible, able to reinforce your existing marketing and social media strategies. To learn more about advertising on this show or any of the shows on the Horse Radio Network, contact us at 859-951-2022 or you can email us at glenn@horseradionetwork.com. That's Glenn with 2 N's at horseradionetwork.com. Come and join the Horse Radio Network family. You'll enjoy the ride.
We're really happy tonight to welcome one of our newest para riders. Her name is Marcia Cohen. She is from Oklahoma, and she came to Gladstone to compete in our nationals this year. So thank you for joining us, Marcia.
Oh, you're welcome.
We'd love to talk to new para riders, and I know you're pretty new to the para world and just came to nationals at Gladstone at the beginning of this month. And from what I hear, you had a great time. I think most of us did that were there. So just give us a little synopsis of your para life.
Well, I first became interested in para when I attended the Green Country Dressage Classic in Claremore, Oklahoma, and Lynn Seidemann was riding, and she was just wheeling all around in her wheelchair and showing, and I was really impressed and curious. So I introduced myself, and Lynn told me about a clinic that was coming up the next February in Texas. So I attended that clinic where I met Jonathan Wentz and Wendy Freike and several others. I hope I pronounced her last name right. And I was very encouraged because I'd been showing in introductory and training level dressage just at schooling shows, but didn't really feel like I was very comfortable, at competing or going any farther with it because of my impairments. And so it gave me hope of doing something more. And that was in, I think, 2007. So I've been through, I think, about 3, I think this is my 4th horse that I've worked with in dressage, and Latte has really surprised me. Latte, every time, even though he's a draft cross, he just really is willing and happy to try, and he's been so steady. He's been a good schoolmaster for me, and my first rated show was in 2012, where we entered one test each day at the ODS Spring 1 and 2, rode the novice test, and we just did really well. So I was encouraged. In 2013, I was a little bit out of sorts. I had some back issues and worked through those and got better. And so we came back 2014 ready to go.
That's great. Boy, that's pretty impressive, starting your recognized show career in 2012 and ending up at the Nationals in 2014.
You brought a draft horse with you to selection trials. I think that's really unique that you were showing. Is it her there?
He's a gelding. He really has surprised me. You know, like I said, I didn't expect a whole lot, and he's just always willing to try, and he just keeps getting a little better as time goes on. I've been really fortunate to have been partnered with this horse this far.
For our audience, what qualifies you within your grade? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, do you have a lot of pain in your joints? Can you kind of expand upon that?
I do. I have a lot of joints that have been affected by rheumatoid arthritis overlapped with scleroderma, and right there is a lot of pain, but riding helps me work through that. It's therapeutic for many disabled persons, and for me, it's just the best exercise that I have found. And so, I feel like riding is keeping me more flexible. Like I said, though, I have to push through the pain. And the alternative is not very desirable, so I keep at it. And Nationals was just an awesome experience. I was so happy to be there and meet everybody. The whole time was just, I was on cloud nine.
Oh, that's great. It is so fun to put faces to names, too, or names to faces when you talk to everybody, through Facebook or on the telephone, and then you show up and all the people that you've seen all over the Internet, all of a sudden are real people and everybody's helping each other. And I think everyone had a great time at Gladstone, and it's really neat that you could come all that way.
Yeah, that's what I was really impressed with. So much, everyone was so helpful. That I don't know how long. I think in 1999 maybe this program began. But it's a lot different than just going to a schooling show around here or a regular rated show. Of course, I take help with me, but I was very pleasantly surprised at how helpful everyone was at National.
And what kind of trip was it for you? Because I know you came all the way from Oklahoma. Did it take a few days, or how did you guys transport everything, yourself and your horse?
Well, I looked at all the options, and the best option just was to go ahead and haul the horse out ourselves. We made a little bit of modifications in the horse trailer. I don't really care for slant load trailers, especially traveling that far. And so my husband took the panel out, and we broke it down into 3 days. I don't travel very well, and I need to stop and rest a lot. So we drove. I planned it where we would drive, 6 to 8 hours each day. And so we stayed in Altamont, Illinois, at a horse hotel there, and then we stopped in Lodi, Ohio. And, it took 3 days. We arrived at USET headquarters about 7:30-ish on Saturday evening, just before dark.
Wow.
That's
great.
I know. It's amazing how much time and effort and all that stuff we put in to get to competitions and do it. And I always think, and then you have 5 minutes in the ring after you put, hundreds of hours in, and it just, it's so worth it though. And, people traveling that far, and it's not easy. It's not easy to do that. So that's really cool. So what's up next for you? What's your future plans in the next 6 months to a year?
Well, I'm looking for a second horse right now, and I'm planning to attend the the Paralympics qualifiers. I'm just waiting to find out when and where the next event will be.
And you're going to be there, aren't you?
Yeah,
I can tell by your voice. That's fantastic.
And Marcia, what award did you win this last week at the selection trials?
Well, I took home the sportsmanship award. I was really surprised because, I didn't know anybody really, except through Facebook and on the phone. I had met Kai. Of course, I went down into EC one time and took a lesson. I tried to go back, but I got the flu, and so I really didn't know many people, and they didn't know me. So I was very surprised to receive that award, and it made it so much more worth it to know that my peers had voted, for me in that regard, and I'll have the keeper trophy at home. It's on my desk.
Well, and I know I wasn't there because I'm big and pregnant now, but I had heard that you were showing and the thunderstorms came and you actually had to show the next day for your one test too. And everyone was very impressed on how you handled that and how you were great and you were friendly and you did not mind that occurred to you. So that was great. I heard that from everyone.
Oh, well, I was just in the zone practically the whole time I was there. And when the buzzer went off, I thought we had done something wrong. And but I was waiting for the judge to ring the bell, That took a few seconds, so that everyone figured out what was going on. And they're really, that's just how it goes. Sometimes, I remember one time when my instructor was showing a schooling show in Kellyville, Oklahoma, and storms, were coming in, and her ride had to be interrupted because of lightning. And, that's just, you got to take everything in stride. You can't put a fuss or anything. There's nothing we can do about the weather.
That's right. Well, I remember watching, I think I watched every test that whole week, but particularly when it was wet and sloppy and you were riding Latte, and I kept saying, oh my gosh, all the other horses look a mess after they went because of the footing and their dark horses, and Latte matched the footing and the same color. So he didn't look like he was slopped up at all. I'm sure he was, but I said, that horse is the perfect color for this footing. So I got a chuckle out of that, and he certainly was a good boy.
Yeah, he is. I'm really proud of him. I let him out today. He gets a couple hours of turnout time every day, and he immediately started eating grass. And then I turned around to walk to the mailbox, and I heard hooves, and I turned, and he had kicked up his heels, and he was running for all he was worth
being a horse.
This little pasture there. He looked really pretty. But yeah, he didn't look so pretty really with all that mud and stuff.
But you couldn't even tell. It was really fun. So what kind of horse are you looking for a second horse?
I'm looking for a Dutch or Danish warm blood specifically. I did, there's an Oldenburg not too far from me that's for sale. But I can't look at him right now because he's probably going to go out on trial with another rider. So a warm blood, definitely. But I like the Dutch warm bloods best.
Well, good luck with your search, and I hope you find whatever you're looking for. There's a lot of horses out there. Sometimes it can take some time. But it was really great talking to you and getting to meet you at Gladstone, and I'm sure we will be seeing you in the future with our Para.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'm sure you will.
Thank you, Marcia, for sharing your story. I think it's really important for new riders to see people like you and see how the process works and how your experience was. So thank you as well for coming on the show.
Oh, you're welcome.
And if anybody's out and about at Lake Placid, which I know is an awesome horse show over there, June 27th through July 20th, Scott David is part of the Lake Placid Equine Art Exhibit, and he's donating 5% of all of his sales back to USDEA, which is very exciting for us. And I also want to give a shout-out to Patty Rothbach, if I'm saying her name right, and Chasiana, her horse. Patty is a para-dressage rider who lost her leg when she was 6 when a World War II truck ran over her leg in England. And she just joined the Century Club at Dressage at Saratoga, so which is right up your alley, Regina.
That actually is the horse show that I'm the organizer of, and we had a great time with Patty doing her Century ride. We made a huge deal out of it with big presentation and flowers and
can you guys
everything, and it was so cool.
Can you explain that, a Century ride, again? I know we've talked about it, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, the Century ride is done through the Dressage Foundation, which I just happen to be I'm the New York State rep for them, so I kind of keep everybody moving along in New York State is for the foundation. And so it was actually a real thrill to have one of the rides. And what it is the horse's age and the person's age need to equal 100 or better to be able to be eligible, and you just need to go in and ride one full dressage test at a recognized show in front of a judge, and if you do it without any incidences, you automatically are awarded a Century Club ride. And it's pretty neat, and I think, for instance, Patty, who we were just talking about, her horse is 27, and she is 73, so they equaled 100, but she was going around telling everybody that she was 23 and her horse was 17, whatever. So it was really funny. She's a cool lady, great para rider. So it's just a thrill. It's really cool if you get to see that, and probably only a dozen people a year do it, if that.
So wow. She was, you said World War II. She was really young when that accident happened.
Yeah,
she was.
Yeah,
she was. She's a great lady. So it's very cool if you get to witness one of the dressage Century rides, because they're few and far between, and it's quite an honor.
Wow.
Very, very good. Well, guys, I wanted to remind everybody that if you want to listen to past episodes of the Para Show here on the Dressage Radio Show, it happens the last week of the month, every single month. And Lindsay, are we going to continue? I assume we're going to be continuing after you post, baby. Do you have somebody filling in for you?
Of course, yeah. We'll try to get through a few more months. I think I have 2 months left, and then we should be right. We'll be good. We'll keep going.
Okay, all right, good. Well, we'll find somebody. We might have to make Hope do it or something. Somebody. We're going to have to make somebody do it. All right. I'm glad to hear.
Sounds good.
I'm glad to hear that. You can you can listen to the
mom can fit it all in.
Good. Good. We'll make sure we'll put the new mom to work. What the heck? She's not going to have anything else to do, right? How long does it take to change a diaper? Yeah.
That baby all day.
Yeah, that's true. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Don't forget, you can listen to the Dressage Radio Show on our app at the Horse Radio Network on the iOS or Android App Store. Just search for Horse Radio Network. Download it. It's free. It's easy. It's the simplest way to listen to the show. And where can we find out more about Para?
You can learn more about para-dressage or the entire para-equestrian discipline at uspea.org. And you can also go on Facebook and look them up there. And like he said, don't forget to check out all the Horse Radio Network shows at horseradionetwork.com. And remember, one man's wrong lead is another man's counter cannon.